Good morning. It is January the 4th, 2026. It is officially Saturday. Yesterday, I received my Always pan from our place. It is the black matte enamel cast iron that I have, and I had no idea it came yesterday. The box was on the front doorstep, and she had went out there and pulled it in and then had the audacity to go in it like it was her package, knowing it didn't belong to her. We all know that was mine. That was not hers. But I didn't even know it came because I didn't even get a notification, even though I signed up to receive it. I thought I did, but there was supposed to be a cast iron that I ordered before I ordered this that that I was supposed to get, and it's been nothing but controversy with that. Talking to the seller on eBay about canceling the order, so that I don't get it and get my money back. So you're trying to hold up my money again, tangling up my money. Just showed 111, and I'm just not for that nonsense. I'm gonna let um, I was actually gonna write to that person and say I received it. And then when I found out that it was our place, I was like, oh my God, it was them. I got them instead. So, but I also ordered them from eBay. Originally, I ordered them from the actual website, the direct website. I think it's ourplace.com. And they didn't have many colors. And so I went ahead and was going to get the steam, which is like a light tan colored. And I thought, yeah, that's nice. It's a neutral. It wasn't necessarily a color that I was just beaming for, but I was willing to order it and everything. So I had already placed the order and all that stuff. And it was like $102, I think, because it was like 90 something dollars on the website, and or $96 or whatnot. Um, I think it was like 96. I can't remember. But then I don't even know how I overlooked this. When I had done a search, I did a search about the Always Our Place pan and like their cast iron to see did they have the black matte version of the cast iron instead of um, the cast enamel, where it's the lighter color, the sand color, made of porcelain or glass. Um, that's yeah, porcelain uh, enamel or glass. That's in what you see in most Dutch ovens. And I was trying to see if they had the black matte version because it's just as good. Um, but what makes it better is that you don't have to season it, but you don't have to season the other one either. It doesn't show scratches as easily as the lighter colored one that's in the usual Dutch oven interior. That's that lighter sand color. It doesn't show scratches or dents or marks as easily. And I'm trying to think what else it does. It won't show chips or any chipping or anything like that. It won't show that. I'm trying to think what else it doesn't do. Um, the difference between the two, yeah, there's no seasoning. You don't have to season it like a cast iron. The reason why I got it was I wanted to mimic more of a cast iron without having to deal with uh, like like a traditional cast iron where it's just all over and you have to worry about seasoning it on the inside, on the outside, and I just didn't feel like going through all of that. I wanted something like like the cast enamel, like the Dutch oven style. But I liked it, but I wanted it in the version where the internal part looks like cast iron, which is black. And so when I learned about it, I thought it was really interesting because it's it's glass, Um, but it's like glass. I'm sorry. Sorry, I'm looking at my teeth. Ugh, I'm telling you, I be going through it. Um, but I'm looking at it right now. Let me go ahead and show it. So that since I cleaned it. So here it is. I'm so excited. I finally got it, and I got it turned the opposite way. It's really, I'm not a lefty. I'm a right-handed person, but I have it turned this way just just so I can manage it better, just to keep it separate from all that over there. But yeah, here's my always pan. I'm so excited. And see the color? I got a different color. This is lavender. Is when I did the search for it, I totally overlooked. I was looking for the website and everything about it came up, and I totally overlooked the fact that it said showed it for eBay and it was cheaper. It was like 84.99. It was 15% off. So I went ahead and canceled the first order, which was very easy to do. And I like that about them. So if I must review them, I will say that. And I went over to eBay and I bought it from them in a color that I was happy with, because I consider this an heirloom piece, and that's what they consider it to be too. They want anyone who owns this, to look at it as an heirloom piece, and it is. It's cast iron. Cast iron is meant to be passed down in your family. It is not going to wear away. It's too durable and strong for that. If you take care of it, at least, don't. But even if it rusts and stuff or corrode, you still can bring it back to life. There's ways to fix it um, with the right tools, um, like the scouring pads and salt and oil. Oil is essential, but with this one, I will need oil. I will be using oil, and actually, I have it turned down extremely low, so I want to show how low it is. Um, because I was trying to kind of dry it out a little bit. The wooden spoon was wet, so I wanted to dry it out. So in a minute, and then I'm gonna put some oil in it. They say you should actually, I'm gonna let it cool first. Cool down first. I'm gonna turn this off, let it cool down, and then it says to brush it with at least 1 tablespoon of oil, and then turn it on medium for 3 to 5 minutes, and then after that turn it off, and then that's it, and go about your way, and let that be a monthly or routinely thing to do, because what happens is the oil will form a patina, which is like a non-stick barrier, kind of like the cast iron does when you use it enough. You put oil when you season it constantly, is to develop a non-stick to it, so the oil help it to be more easy to use, to nothing will stick to it. um, Give it a slick type surface, and this is already a black matte finish, so it's already a smooth surface already. It's already that work has already been done. That's what I like about this option. But for me, as a consumer and an owner of it, I have to keep it up so that it will keep that effect. And I actually have to jumpstart it, because even though they did their part, I have to make sure it's oiled and develop that patina, so that over time it will be very easy to use as far as non-stick is concerned. And that's just part of maintenance of using this type of product, or cookware. So this is my first investment. I already posted that on Twitter to our place. Um, I mentioned to them that if they want to have a partnership, we should do that, because I am using their products, and they already know about me, because I already have was talking about them before now. I mentioned their products, what I thought was interesting, before I learned what I know. Um, I'm not really for the ceramic because of my stance on that now. Um, I don't stand behind it, even though it's not extremely dangerous per se. I stand behind the um, I stand behind knowing that we don't know what the long term effects of ceramics coatings are. We don't know what they will do. What we know is that they don't last. They will degrade, and with high heat, they will degrade, especially if it's unattended. That's why they say make sure the heat is at a medium a level and not at a high level because it will get high. So there's no reason to turn it up high. With this though, because it's cast iron, they do want me to use it at a low temperature to begin it, to start it off when I put oil in it and not have it cranked up high or anything like that. They want it to be like, at a low to medium or medium level, and then let it heat up before I do anything. And then once I start cooking, then I can adjust the heat as I choose to. But they suggest that with using it, it needs to be don't have it cranked up high. 1111 came up again. Don't have it cranked up high. That's not what they say is the best way to do that. So I, of course, will follow the experts, and because it's cast iron, it's going to be long standing, long lasting. I don't have to worry about changing this out. That's why I went ahead and got it. It was, on eBay, it was 90 something dollars. But that's better than paying over $102 on ourplace.com. So I saved, some money from that. But again, I have to start thinking like a business person, businesswoman at this point, because I'm on a payment plan. I'm with Klarna with installment payments. So I have to start thinking like a business person, how to pay off this product that I'm investing in my business, my simply sub minimal cooking and baking. That is my business, or simply subminimal. So I have to start thinking in terms of the name of my business. I have to, if for some reason my memory keeps going in and out with it, but I have to start, I may have to evolve it a little bit more, but at this time, that's what it's called, simply subminimal. Try saying that over and over again, back to back. Simply subminimal, cooking and baking, or CMB. I say simply subminimal CMB, just to be short. But that's my self-made business, and I am the owner, and it's just me. And for me to be successful at it, which I'm already just developing already. This is my first investment. I have no pan. I had no wooden spoon. I have I didn't have anything, and I was like, you know what? We're going in 2026 with a new mindset. This is a new year, and I have to start thinking in terms of the next step in my life. And this is the next step. And getting out of here is ultimately number one. But this is important. So I have what I have, and I have the grippers on as well. I took pictures of the packaging they came in. One of them already ripped, as though it was a cheap package. I don't understand that, so I already threw that away. The other gripper package, I put the booklet in it that came with the pan, that gives you all the tips and advice on how to handle it. That's a keeper. That's something to hold on to. So I have it inside of one of those packagings for the grippers. The gripper goes on the handle, or the side, the helper handle part is a gripper, and then the other one is the long handle sleeve for handling, the cast iron when it's hot. Of course, it's best never to put it on while it's in use because it will get hot too. It's meant for handling when you want to transfer your food. And when I pulled out this pan, let me tell you, it has a weight to it. Now, this is a true cast iron pan. It ain't no lightweight. So I'm gonna build some muscle. I'm gonna build some muscle with it. holding that thing, trying to transfer it back and forth. I'm not going to be doing a lot of transferring back and forth. I intend on it to be what it is. But the gripper handles are going to help me it's going to help it to be easier for me because one is protecting me from the heat of the cast iron, and also because it's made of silicone and it's thick, so I can carry it and I can be careful with it as well when I'm transferring it with the gripper on both sides, the handle and the gripper helper handle, and then the long sleeve handle. So I got two advantages here, which they thought of, and they is wise, makes sense. And but yeah, I love this color so much. It just felt very feminine. It didn't feel like it wasn't pinkish or anything. I just thought, no, I don't want pink, but I want something that's like a soft feminine. Uh, it feels very personal. And I thought this is it's a beautiful color, and I had to get it. I just wasn't gonna keep something that just didn't feel like me. And also I saved money. So I use Capital One shopping. It's an extension that you put on your browser where you earn points um, for your purchases. And in the first 90 days of adding it on, which is 3 months, if you earn up to $15, you can earn up to $15 if you I think that's how it goes. I'm trying to remember. If you spend $15, then you get oh my lord, I forgot how much it was. Um, I think it says if you spend $15, you get $15 back, something like that. It's a good offer. So hopefully I'm hopefully I'm reaching that. I've reached it or getting there because this was a big purchase. It didn't give me much back, but I'm getting there somehow. But hold on, I'm sorry. It says if you spend $15, then I think you get $15 back. So I've already spent over $15 with the extension. So I gotta check back and see how I get that back. I don't know why I'm having like a memory moment. Like I can't remember what I'm supposed to get with that offer. I'm supposed to get cash back. And then I'm with OnePay banking. And with them, um, if you follow the prompts on there, you're supposed to get $50 back, which which they are very low down about because it has to be a direct deposit. If you work for someone or your employer, you're supposed to get a direct deposit put in, and that completes one of the prompts, and that's the only thing that I have to do. It is absolutely stupid. So I'm trying to figure out what to do about that. I have to go back and I need to talk to somebody. I may need to go on Twitter because I'm telling you, I ain't playing about that business. They're not going to deny me $50 because I'm not working for somebody. I'm self-employed. So why the heck should I be forfeited from receiving $50 and I'm a new member banking with you? It's all business oriented, you know? And I'm still developing my business and I'm trying to figure out how to do this. I guess in my mind, I'm thinking I'm investing. I trust in God. God is very real. He knows what I'm going through, He knows where I'm at. So I'm trying to figure out what I'm going to be doing to start earning money for my business. But right now, I need to not worry so much. I need to focus on, but I need to keep myself diligently working on putting out what I'm making. I'm making a lot of different things. And now that I have my own pan, I can do it more easily now. And so I have to keep my mind focused. Um, More than anything, I would love to be somewhere else. Somewhere else where I feel like I have the freedom and the security and the safety. because I don't trust it here, especially not now anymore. I never did, but it's just this is like the fourth day of the new year, and she's already cutting up, and she was a fool last night. She was berating me left and right, and I know it's because she knows about this pan. She knows about it. She mad because I have it. 2020 just came up. She's mad that I was able to get it because it's really a credit. I bought this on credit. Klarna is like a credit, and I will be charged, interest if I'm late on payments. So I this is developing my business mind. This is helping me to be in a business mindset. I am 41 years old. My birthday was December the 8th, and I had to start thinking like a businesswoman, like an adult woman who is now saying, I am starting a new life. I have a new lease on life. I have to start thinking in terms of responsibility because this falls on me. And from things that I've been through, with the court, I've already been through certain things with money that were done that I had no idea was happening. She put me in some situations that were absolutely evil. So the good thing is it prepared me. 2121 just came up. Um, I literally was working jobs that were no good for me. But because I was working them, it helped me to earn an income to pay off uh, this extent, this just insane credit card bill that was just over the roof. And I had to pay on it for like 3 or 4 years, I think, almost 4 years. This was a credit card she had opened up when she had bought me a Dell laptop. She had opened up a credit card. It was a preferred Dell members card, and she would tell me to use it whenever I needed to, if I ever had any issues with my computer. And I had quite a few things that happened, but see, because she had put my name on it, I was accountable, and I was so young, I didn't even know what was going on. I was just, I was blindsided. I wasn't thinking. I wasn't thinking, and I wasn't going to because I wasn't in the right mindset for it. So when I got served papers because they had sent letters and letters saying no payments were made, and when that final notice came that they were about to collect it, and I had put it on her table and I had read it and told her this is what it says, and she had the most indifferent attitude about it, had a hostile attitude about it. Like, who am I to bother her? That's the kind of attitude she had. And I was just wondering, so what's going to happen? And of course, she did nothing. What she did was when those letters would come and I would just bring them upstairs and put them on the table, I didn't look at the mail like that because I didn't pay attention to it. I was truly young in my mind. Everything I thought was connected to my mom and my father. I didn't put myself in anything, but one, they didn't teach me to do that anyway either. She didn't tell me that that card was my full responsibility and I need to pay it off. Because if I had known that, I would have been doing that while I was working. But I also was paying on a medical plan through a marketplace when I was working. And it didn't serve me any good. It was so much money that was put into it, and I still wasn't able to use it to the way that I needed to because I was behind on payments. It was too much money that I will never see again. That was money that could have been put into, paying off the credit card bill. I would have never had to go, the court would have never had to come for me with papers and then forcing me to have to pay monthly $64 and some cents. I forgot how much the cents were, but it was $64 monthly until it was fully paid off. I mean, I saw all the paperwork. They had every payment that was ever made. It was so thick. And I was thinking to myself, what the heck is this? It was crazy. And she treated it like she like looking at me like, well, I mean, you used it. And see that was, I think, because my mind wasn't where it is today. It infuriated me, but it also had me kind of at a disadvantage. I didn't know how to respond to that because I was still looking at her as my mother. I was still looking at her as someone who took care of me and looked after me, even though in many cases she was leaving me to fall on my face. She had me in a lot of situations where she just left me hanging and stranded. Like I was just like struggling for air to breathe. Like she put me in some situations or had me hanging on by myself. So I had to break out of that. And all of this experience I've been through is part of my breakthrough, you know? So here I am today, and now we're starting over again. We're doing it the right way. I'm using Klarna. Klarna, by this point, my credit is at a good standing. Around 700 is good. So now I'm able to start from there and show that I can do this the right way, in a mature way, in a knowing way. And to do it right, I can do this. And I just have to get my mind together. But the fact that she kept trying to deny me the right to do it or just to have anything, there's something, it's so much deeper than what I know. This is so deep because if she really didn't care about me, what does she care if I got anything on credit? Because now I'm responsible for having to pay on it. And isn't that what she wants? Me to struggle or me to figure out something that could get me in deeper trouble or go to jail if I can't pay off anything? I'm just saying. She said that many times. You know, she wanting me to go to jail. I'm looking at her like, you're crazy. Like you're out of your sick mind. But anyway, but yeah, it's real. So here I am. I'm not scared. I'm not worried. I can do this. You know, I keep saying this is investing in my future. I know my plan. I've already jump started my business. I'm already doing everything. So it's about just cooking. It's about cooking, it's about connecting, it's about, you know, whatever it is I'm trying to do, but the goal is to get out of here. I need another place to stay. I need to be able to live somewhere that is gonna be able to house me and is comfortable for me. That's safe. I need to be somewhere safe because this is unsafe for me to be here. I don't know who these people are in this area, but this is a very dark and abysmal place. It's a very ungodly and unholy place. And what I've seen of her is enough for me in these 2 years to say that I cannot in any way stay here. But also because I need to have my own place. I need to live somewhere else. I don't like Peachtree City. I never really liked it like that. It always felt odd here. Like it's isolated from the world. That's why they called it the bubble. But I just knew that this wasn't my home. You know, I managed with it the best I could, but it didn't feel like I didn't feel accepted here. This is not my community. So, so I have to get up out of here. I have to leave this place. This is not my home. Um, I don't know where I'm gonna go or what homes are out there. I wish I could be part of a lottery where they can pick and where they draw names and people can just, you know, win homes or places to stay. You know, I just need a place to stay. You know, she was so cruel and evil. She was calling me an orphan, calling me homeless, you know, saying crazy stuff like that for the past 2 years, just saying hateful things like that, like I ain't got no place to live. And it's like, well, I mean, I'm here, aren't I? So how you gonna say I'm an orphan or that I'm homeless? It's almost like she don't want anyone to love me or she don't want me to have a family. But this is so deep. This is spiritual. This is nothing to do with anything but the spirit. There's a very evil spirit in her and it's been there for a long time, and it was doing everything it could to mess with my life, and in many ways it was. I should not be here. I would already have a family, have established businesses, traveled the world, I would have done everything by now. But I don't want to say everything, but things that I've always wanted to do. It wouldn't have been this delay, you know? She really held me back from things that mattered to me. Um, but I'm thinking about the song by Vanessa Williams, Save the Best for Last. I'm not worried. God says, for all evil that is done, I will, for all the evil that is done, good will come out of it. Um, I'll make good for evil, basically. I know that's not the exact words. But basically, God is saying, no matter what the enemy does, I'm going to turn it around for your better good. Don't worry about it. And I see that. I appreciate being 41 years old and just now experiencing a lot of things that maybe a lot of people my age group have already done. It's okay. My life is not everyone else's life. My life is my life. And I have a very young spirit. So I love the idea that I haven't done many things yet so I can experience them. There's so much I want to see of the world. There's so much I want to do. I'm excited. I'm very excited. And just the idea of having a place to stay or to live, that's what I'm aiming for right now. So I don't know how it's gonna work, but I know God is working it out for me. God speaks to me. He said, I got something for you, you know, working it out. And I trust that. Because I'm getting out of here. This is a very evil place. I am not staying in. And I apologize for my teeth, and I apologize for that. I'm so sorry. Um, you know, I haven't been able to do a lot of things regularly like I'm supposed to. Or, there's a lot of factors that I deal with every day, a lot of things that she does that make it uncomfortable and hard to do certain things. So I have to plan a certain way to make it work. So I probably will do this in a minute. I need to do that. I am on my time of the month, so it's been very rough the last 2 days or 3 days of what I've been going through. And I've actually been standing up on my feet for like 4 to 5 hours. Um, Falling in and out of sleep almost, but I prayed to the Holy Spirit. I said, Holy Spirit, just keep me up, keep my energy up. And when those moments came that I was drifting, I would shake back into place. So I've literally been on my feet for some hours now, but it's not the first time. I've done it before, where it seemed like I was up all night, but it's okay. I rest during the day, and I actually had fallen asleep during the evening yesterday, so I had a good rest. Um, but anyway, it's crazy. The fact that my mouth is like this is insane. The things I've gone through here has been just absolutely crazy. I will never forget this. I'll never forget it. But at the same time, I will never relive it either. I got other things that my mind needs to have it involved in, and this is not it. So, that's pretty much it. Um, that's what I'm doing. So I'm very excited, and yeah, I just gotta keep going. I made something yesterday, and I posted it, and I posted something I made prior a couple of days ago. So I'm staying active. I have to get my information out. There's so much content. It's just absolutely insane. I'm at 1.6K with all of my posts on Twitter. And that's just from me just telling people if you want to check out something, look at it, getting the word out. Hopefully, people telling others about it and tagging people. I utilize social media the best that I can, tagging people in there that I want to see it. it stays there forever. I mean, it's always going to be there for them to see. So anytime someone goes on their pages and they go under media, they'll be like, "Oh, what's this about?" And it trails right back to me. That's how you develop viewership. You have to tag, you have to hashtag certain terms that people may be searching or looking up, so that it'll go back to you, or your post will be showing under the results. I mean, I know how to work it. I can work the system. So I got people all up on my stuff, and also just connecting to people, posting under people's accomplishments or achievements, birthdays, um, just random people. It could be celebrities or everyday folks. It doesn't matter. But just acknowledging people and communicating to people, not just on Twitter, but on, or X as they call it, but I still call it Twitter. But on YouTube, because I'm on there a lot, I will comment on people's videos and stuff. People can't do it on mine because there's something going on that's keeping people from doing it, or there's something going on. But I know people can see it. Um, and every once in a while, someone may comment on Twitter and they may retweet me every once in a while, uh, like uh, like uh, like Tammy did with real life on WGTC. That's on one of the Christian channels. But yeah, it's people seeing my stuff though, because why would I have 16K looking? I can't verify my account yet, even though I wish I could. I had an opportunity that was absolutely the best opportunity, and I totally forgot about it. It was an anniversary of either it was the anniversary of X, um, or it was the anniversary of something, and it offered it for $1. I can imagine how many people just went at it. I already would have a verified account right now if I had remembered, because but at the time I also was not really with any money at the time, but I may have had $1. I'm not sure. I think I was trying to figure out how to make some, and I just totally forgot about it. And the offer ended when I finally realized it, and I was like, oh my God. Because it's not cheap. I mean, you have to pay a little bit for it, and it's hard for me because I'm trying to balance my money that I do make, and I do it by doing surveys and playing games that I can win cash for. And it's something I have to constantly just be focused at, because it's not like I get $10 a game or something. I mean, I have to constantly play at this stuff, or I have to constantly do surveys to get a payout. And then I have to reach $5 with the survey that I'm doing right now, uh app that I'm on, just to cash out. So it's real. I mean, it'd be in cents. It's not like, some are like close to $1, but I have to qualify and I have to pass it. Meaning I have to be able to complete it from start to finish without them saying, oh, you're not what we're looking for, or you are disqualified, or we're just going to give you partial amount, because they just feel like what I'm giving them is not enough. So it's real. Like I'm hustling here. I'm on my grind. It's real. But what's wonderful about this is that it's not me doing things that I hate. I love playing these games. Stimulates my mind. I'm thinking fast. I'm moving quick. Solitaire, any game that involves matching things or finding things, are my best, my very best. I'm very good at that. And I love giving my opinion with surveys. Surveys can be kind of challenging depending upon the style of the survey and how long it is. It can be very lengthy and it can be very tiresome. I've been kicked out of a few because I've had to put down my phone to do other things because it was so lengthy, or I hadn't had to go to the bathroom, or I had to check on something else, or maybe I was hungry, whatever the case may be. You could have had to do laundry, wash some clothes. whatever it is, because I'm always thinking I have to make sure that I'm accomplishing what's necessary around me. I can't be so gun ho on surveys or game playing that I disregard and neglect uh, fundamentals and responsibilities to maintain myself. I mean, that's the challenge of what my life is like. But I'd rather be doing this than all the other things I used to do. And plus, I couldn't get a job around here if I wanted to. I worn out all possibilities. I mean, the last job I tried to get was with White House Black Market, and they just decided they didn't want me. They said they were going in another direction. I said, okay. And that was it. And I thought I had the job. It's okay because they're all the same. Retail is all the same. 40/40 just came up. It doesn't matter. But I'm finally doing something that brings joy to my spirit. I like to eat. Um, I like cooking. I can officially say I like baking. Um, I'm inspired and motivated by people I'm watching. I'm learning about cookware, and I've been very fascinated about the construction of cookware and bakeware, and also tools and utensils, because I love inventive and innovative things like that. Um, and it excites me a lot. I love these different kitchen tools and stuff. And so my mind is about, saving up for some of that stuff too. And I also place an order with Klarna with OXO, OXO as it's spelled. And I have a starter kit coming that includes a measuring cup, um, where you can put contents in it and it pushes out the exact amount of it. Um, I just think it's just dope. I've been wanting one for a long time. I'm so glad they have it. It's a really cool measuring tool. Um, very easy to use, very accurate, and I also got a starter kit where it's like it has tongs, a balloon whisk, um, a peeler, a flexible peeler, and what else it had? Can't remember. Mm, something else I can't remember. A balloon whisk, a flexible peeler. I'm not sure what the other item is. But I'll figure it out. But it's like four items. Yeah, the balloon whisk, the fruit and vegetable peeler, uh, um, the tongs. I honestly don't know. I want to say kitchen shears, but there's no shears in that. But it's like four items. It's not three. I'm having a hard time trying to remember what that fourth item is. I don't know what it is. And I also ordered a pie plate. And what I like is it's almost like everything is just working out. It's fitting into, it's like all in alignment. That's how I know that I'm on the right path. Everything is flowing in a certain way that feels like this is where I'm supposed to be. This is what I'm supposed to be doing. Um, they had OXO has a lot of different tools. It's amazing what they have, and their prices are not that bad either. But it would be hard to order from them because you have to spend $49 or more to get free shipping, and their shipping is not cheap, even if their prices are good and if they have sales. Because all the items that I was looking at, these were sale items. But the pie plate, what I like about it is it comes with a lid, and it is oven safe. It's oven safe. It's BPA free, and it can withstand temperatures up to 500 degrees. And I think it's like a 9 or 10 inch pie plate. And yeah, and you can actually put in the oven with the pie plate on it. And I think it can go from the freezer to the oven. Um, is able to go to all these different places. It can, go freezer, oven, refrigerator. It's basically freezer safe, oven safe. Um, and I thought that was pretty neat. That it's a reusable pie plate with its own lid, so it's pretty cool. And so that's coming to me, and so I'm excited about all this because I feel like this will help me with what I'm doing. And I'm also looking on eBay at some measuring spoons that are magnetic, and so they attach to each other, so it won't be all scattered about. They won't be I don't have to worry about like that little ring that comes on most measuring spoons, and they stack on each other and is double sided. And I thought, oh, that's brilliant. I'm gonna get that, $4.40, 10% off. Thinking about that, and yeah. So I've been looking at spatulas that are in a 600 degree heat resistant or heat safe category, which is very important because I need to get some spatulas that are heat safe because what I've been using lately, is it only goes up to like 445 degrees, and that's not good. It doesn't work with everything. Even though the tools were very, handy and all, it just the heat is it's not that heat proof or heat safe. So they started to warp and started to, start tearing apart, and that's not good. But I got my money back for a couple of them, which is good. But that's it really. Yeah, I got some good stuff coming. And so I just gotta keep going. Definitely gotta eat something. I didn't, like I said, I didn't eat numbers since cake yesterday, and that was in the afternoon. So I need to, maybe eat something with eggs in it today. I'm trying to think what I want to do. I made something in my little mini cocotte uh, vessel the other day where uh, what was it? It was a marinara sauce with water or a granulated chicken bouillon, and I put orzo in there. And what I did was I topped it with a couple of eggs. I put the lid on it and I let it bake in the oven. That was so awesome because now I found another way to fully cook an egg or have it submerged in my food and have it fully cooked. And because of the heat that circulated within that little tiny vessel with the lid on it, because it's ceramic, um is heat proof up to 445 degrees. But because I was able to keep the lid on it, it cooked the egg all the way through. I didn't break the yolk, nothing. I just cracked the egg and I just let it sit in there. And I think uh, I think that's all I did. I may have adjusted around it, like the sauce, but I mean, I still have to post that on under my recipes and stuff. Um, but that was awesome. The egg was fully cooked. I mean, I'm not for that runny yolk business. I'm talking about the yolk was fully cooked. My orzo was cooked within the liquid that I made with the marinara sauce, and it was like I was having like a tomatoey orzo with chicken flavoring, and then eating egg in there too. It was so good. It really was. I enjoyed that so much, and I will be making that again. I may make it in this little pan here. I may just do that again. That's how good it was. Um, I ain't got, and because I have a dome or a lid, because I have a lid, this is awesome. Yeah, it's starting to get warm. So I mean, it's not hot. That's a good thing because the heat's real low. So that's what I'm about to do. Um, but yeah, but I need to let this cool down first so I can wipe some oil in it, and then I'm gonna turn up to medium heat for 3 to 5 minutes and then just let it do its thing and then turn it off. Um, but yeah, I think I'm gonna have that. It's so good to have a pan again. The last time I had a pan, oh boy, I bought it myself with the funds I made with playing games and surveys, but I think it was just gameplay. It was like $9. It was a stainless steel pan I got on Walmart, but it was from a third party, so it took like 2 weeks for me to get it, and it came all the way directly from China. It was, I mean, it was real, and it was a really high shine stainless steel, but it was extremely lightweight. I mean, the minute you put heat up under it, it was already just hot. I mean, I was burning up stuff in the beginning. I was like, whoa. Because it didn't have any layering. It was literally one thin layer. And the good thing about it is, you know, this is teaching me so much about cookware and teach me all, like, I'm learning things by trial and error. I'm learning things through all these experiences. Nothing is just a waste of time. Nothing is it should be taken lightly or for granted. Every little thing is benefiting me in some way, and it's just, you have to have that mind for it, or you would just be like pissed all the time and tripping about everything. You would think like everything's just going wrong. It's like, are you kidding? Everything is going right. Just because something doesn't work out doesn't mean that you did not gain something. You gain something as far as knowledge is concerned, because you don't know if you have to apply that later or with something else. You don't know if what you're going through is the setup for your breakthrough, or what is about to happen for you that's going to be amazing. I don't shortchange anything I'm going through. Yeah, it's been hard. It's been extremely hard. This is hellish, what I've been through for the last 2 years. But what I've been able to accomplish, oh my God, people would never believe. They'd be like, how were you able to just stay motivated every day? And I would say, because I love it, because I've always wanted to do it, and I'm a creative minded person. I'm, and it's about just having the freedom, to be able to do this. That nobody can tell me what to do and how to do it. It's about me extending myself, learning about things that I enjoy, that interest me, and applying it to what I'm doing, and seeing other people and connecting to others who share the same passion and drive and motivation. Is a community. I mean, I'm not walking around calling myself a chef. I could if I wanted to, a chef slash baker, a shaker. I'm a shaker. I could be doing that, but I don't have a problem with that. I am not ashamed. If somebody were to call me chef right now, I would be so honored. I'd be like, oh my gosh. If somebody called me a baker right now, I would be honored, because I'm just figuring things out. I'm learning as I go, and I'm inspired, and this is nothing new. I have been loving this since I was a teenager. And when life was a certain way, I loved watching my mother cook. I wanted to be in the kitchen with her, but of course she wanted to do it her way. Um, it had to be, if she wanted it, for me to be involved, she had to tell me to do things. I couldn't just be involved and step into it. But it's okay. There were many times that I made dinner on my own. It may not have been like elaborate meals or the meals that she was making, but I made meals sometimes. I did cook, and I was proud to do it. I made pizza on my own when I had no idea what I was doing, did no research whatsoever, made some mistakes, had her fussy and pissy and angry about it, even though she knew nothing about pizza either. There were things I was doing and I had no idea what I was doing, but I just went in, I tackled it. I just went head first in, because that's who I am, and also because she threw me in too. But you know what? All for the better good. All evil is for the better good. I enjoy, just doing this stuff. And even though there were times I was tired and didn't want to, I still went in and did it because I enjoy it. My spirit enjoys it. So, Everything I'm doing is not stressful at all. This is enjoyable. This is pleasurable to me. And I think that for anyone who wants to have a business or to, we have to make a living in life. The only way you can live life is to make a living. And if you're going to do it, you might as well do something that you love or something that you really are passionate about, because you are more likely going to succeed at it and make a good amount of money with it than doing something that you despise and that is just taking time, energy, and your soul away from you because you're feeling like you have to do it to make ends meet or make an income. You need to do what you love. Why waste your time doing something that you don't? If in the end you're still making money, you might as well be doing something that you love, because you're gonna excel at it, and it's gonna come to you much more readily and pronounced than if you were doing something that you despise or deplore or doesn't fill you up or doesn't nourish you or doesn't give you any joy. So this gives me joy, and despite any and everything that I've been through, despite all of the pushback and the nastiness and the vile and wretchedness that I receive, I don't care. I don't care, because all the other things I was doing was because that's what she wanted me to do. She didn't want me to pursue this because she didn't want me to win. But I am, and she can't do anything about it, and that's just fine. She wanted to be the one who could cook, and she wanted me to be the one not able to cook and eating all the stuff that she was fixing, even when she was doing things to the food to mess with my body and cause it to do things it shouldn't do. She's really sick and very sinister, very very crazy and sinister. But yeah, I'm doing all the things I want to do, despite everything I've been through, everything she tried to do to me, whatever. I'm doing what I want to do, because I'm gonna be the only one in this entire family, my mother and my father's family, that's gonna be the first billionaire. I'm either gonna be a billionaire or a trillionaire, and whatever comes after that, I'm going to be filthy rich. And I'm not saying this because I aim to be filthy rich. I'm saying this because I believe in myself. I know I'm successful. I enjoy what I do, and I know that there's so much that I want to do with it. There's so much I want to give people with it. I want to travel. I want to meet people. I want to do things. I want to do all the things that God says that we have been put on this earth to do. I want to do all the things that the Lord says that He has already set apart for us to have. We just have to go for it, because everything's already waiting for us and it's already done. We just have to live it out. And because I choose this path, I'm about to get it all. Everything. I want all of it. And I'm going to be the first one that's going to show how it's done. I don't care what anyone says about me. I'm at that point in my life where I could care less what anyone says about me. I've been through so much that I'm going to look at people and I'm going to be like, so you really think I care? I've been through so much hell that ain't nothing anyone can say to me that's gonna stop me from doing what I love to do, or it's gonna hurt my feelings, because nobody was here with me except God for all the hell that I've been through. The violations, the assaults, the abuse, the violence, the psychological warfare, the mental warfare, the spiritual warfare, the verbal abuse, the isolation. I haven't spoken to anyone in 2 years. I mean, I've spoken to a woman on the phone, but that was just me calling about something specific because it was my birthday, and that was like last year. It was about a meal that they offered, and I haven't gotten anything from them since. It was um I forgot the name of it. Something bistro. Um, I can't remember. But it was a bistro over here. Um, oh my gosh, because they don't deliver. They don't deliver, and I wish they did because I was hoping they did. I wanted to place an order, and I wanted them to deliver it, and they weren't able to do that. But anyway, what was I gonna say? Um, mm, yeah. So forgot what I was saying. Yeah. So that's pretty much it. Like, um, I'm doing what I love to do. And I'm gonna be the first one in my entire family that's gonna be rich because everybody else is either on welfare or food stamps, the government, lots of kids, uncommitted relationships, uh, the youth in both sides of the family, they're following in the footsteps of their parents who didn't make nothing of themselves. A lot of scoundrels, weasels, cheating people, you know, short stepping people, backstabbing, just lying, cheating, stealing, just doing everything, but except doing the right thing. And because I was leading, the 111 just came up, 010101, and just because I'm doing something different and because they saw the anointing on me, they didn't have anything to do with me. So I grew up in my life having family members who really did not have anything to do with me, and then a mother who tried her best to make sure that I did not have conversations with them, even if they called to speak to her. I was always trying to hurry and get on the phone with them, but she was not wanting to tell them, or tell me they were on the phone to talk to them. She would tell me after she'd be on the phone with them that they had called and they just said hi. And this was just the norm for her. No conversation with me. Just called and said, "Oh, they told me to tell you hi." Now, and as an adult, what does that look like? You're telling me that you called knowing that I live here. You talked to my mother, or you talked to that woman, aka formerly known as FKA, my mother. You talked to her, but you don't say a word to me. Sorry, I have some in my mouth. And then you don't want to talk to me. You don't want to have no conversation with me, but you tell her to tell me you said hi. I mean, I know people out here would be shocked. They'd be like, "Your family is like that?" It's like, yeah, no conversation. If I talk to anybody, it's because I got on the phone personally myself just to say hi and just to talk. But they weren't calling to see how I was doing. They weren't calling to have conversation with me. This is my norm. And of course, I could care less now. I'm 41 years old. I don't care. I've been through a lot. My 30s were rough. The end of my 20s was rough. Uh, I swear, the past 20 some years have been very rough for me. And it's not like my youth wasn't rough either. I have to shave. It's not like my youth wasn't rough. I had some fun times though. I'm not gonna lie and say I haven't. I've had some good and happy moments. It's just that just as a standard, I've always felt like I was excluded and left apart. But that was God's setup. He needed me separated from people. He needed me to be separated from lots of people because I'm on a different path than many people. He already has I'm favored. I have a life path that is really specific and is only for me. So God had to separate me from people so that I wasn't caught up in going down the wrong path because I really had some rough relationships with people. I would only be like everything would be good at first, and then all of a sudden people, I wouldn't hear from people and they'd be pulling back, and I would call them and I'd be asking them, is everything okay, is something wrong, and did I do anything, and they would be all indifferent and whatnot, and it would just be like a totally different energy from them. And the reality was they had issues, they had problems they needed to fix in their own lives, but they didn't know how to say it. So I kept thinking it was me, it was something I did. So yeah, it was crazy. I knew a lot of people that were just not healthy for me, and God just said, I need to get you away from these folks. You can't be involved with these people. I had some incidences with family members saying things that were absolutely unbelievable. I have a first cousin who thought in her mind that people were just all about me and talking about me all the time. It's all about me. It's all about Ashley. It's all about Ashley. It's like, what? I only come up here like during the summertime. So how is it all about me? So it was pretty deep. I mean, people have their feelings and they just want someone to take it out on. Jealousy and envy. That's all it is. I'm not saying like I'm not like walking around thinking I'm better than people, but you got to call a thing a thing. When people act like that with you, it's because they are jealous and envious of you. You may not even look at yourself and feel like you're that way. Like, is anything about you that should be envied or what someone should feel jealous about? But it doesn't matter. People feel that way because there's something about you that sets you apart from the crowd, that makes you unique and special, and that's me. I'm like so many people out here. I'm not the only one, but we're all going through different things in our lives, and we all have been through different things because we all have a purpose. We're not here to live life like so many other people. God has us here to do something extraordinary. Whatever it is, whatever our paths lead us to is extraordinary. And I am glad to be one of those people because I'd rather be doing something worthwhile that changes the world in some amazing way than to be stagnant and still unmotivated, undriven, and lacking enthusiasm and optimism, doing the same thing every day and just accepting that way of life as though that's okay. Never doing anything more, just the same crap every day and just accomplishing nothing, not extending yourself, not just doing more and seeing what is out there, seeing what life is all about. For years, I just felt stagnant. And God just, when the pandemic came, it opened the door. It may have been a horrible time, but God was opening the door because I had prayed. I said, Lord, I need you to help me, get me out of this situation. I'm by myself, I'm alone. I want more in my life. I don't like where I'm at. I don't like what's going on. Please get me out of here. And God heard me. And how many other people out here were praying the same prayer? So, stuff happened and that was our breakthrough. That was the door. And it was up to us whether we were going to go through it or not. When the pandemic was starting to end and really wasn't a problem anymore, that's when I went to God and I really gave myself to him. I said, Lord, I officially give myself to you. I'm giving myself entirely to you because I will be damned if I go back to where I was before this pandemic started. Too many things have happened. There's too many changes that have occurred. I am not going back to worrying about some stupid credit card bills, student loan payments that are well beyond what I can ever pay off, and whatever foolishness that she was trying to put on me, trying to always make me give her a portion of my income or my paychecks, working these little retail jobs where they don't even give you an incentive, don't even give you a pay raise, you know, and then trying to pay you the lesser that you deserve to be paid. I was getting paid so below what I deserved to be a college graduate. I don't care if I do have an associate's degree. It is absolutely unacceptable for a college graduate, someone who went to college, someone who has knowledge, someone who graduated high school, not a GED, but graduated high school. Nothing wrong with a GED, because I commend anybody who gets that. That's when you miss the graduation time that you're supposed to have. GED is when you fell behind and you're just going back to graduate. Um, but what was I saying? Yeah, I'm getting paid. I'm talking about, you know, um, not even $8. I'm getting paid like $7 and something. I'm just like, for what? Why am I getting paid $7 and something? I went to college, you know, and even if it's $8, why am I getting paid so low? Like that's almost at the minimum wage amount. I mean, I'm talking about like $7 and some an hour, and then it was like maybe $8 and almost $9. It was only two jobs I may have had where I was up at $10 and couldn't get higher than that. It's almost like I was begging for more money. When I graduated college, I should have been getting paid in like the like upper levels, like $9 and $10. And then working myself up the ladder, if not at 10. But they could get away with paying me less because the state of Georgia did not increase minimum wage. And now that's what's going on right now, all these years later. States trying to increase minimum wage to where it's like I think it is around like $10 or $11 an hour. There's one state that is literally paying uh, I think $11 an hour. And I think it has to be across the board. I don't even understand how it's not. How in the world can you work for a company? It's about to be 111 right now. How can you work for a company and do the same work as somebody else, but because of the state that you lived in, that the law passed, minimum wage had to increase, or they accepted that you are getting lesser than your fellow employee in another state, but you're both doing the same work, the same position, part time, full time, whatever, doing the same amount of work, but you're getting paid less. That just seems criminal to me. It should be absolutely impossible for that to be okay. If minimum wage is going to increase, it has to be all across the board. I don't know. It's crazy. It's just like in some states they allow employees to have a break, and then in Georgia they can dictate whether you can have a break or not. You know, 4 hours, oh no, you don't get a break. But if it's 5 hours, you get a 15-minute break. It's like, what's up with this mistreatment? What's up with this kind of dictating mistreatment? What is this foolishness? That's how it was. The last couple of jobs I had, it was a trip. That's why I didn't stay at them long. It was pretty bad. I mean, one of them, that girl, who was in some type of manager position, much younger than me, 20 some years old, and I remember like I was up in there, and girlfriend was pretending to be sick, up in the bathroom making all these sounds like she's throwing up, and then I discovered that this is something that she does when she don't want to be at work. And I'm thinking to myself, what kind of person you would put in a position like that with that kind of mental derangement to be doing that kind of stuff? And she tried to challenge me. And I had never in my life worked somewhere where anybody tried to fight me or push me to the limit where I had to shove them and get them off of me. That old stupid girl, this was a white girl too. She was taller than me or whatever, and I think she had red hair. I don't remember. She is of no concern now. But this girl got up in my face one too many times, and she got up too close to me, and I shoved her ass. And then she want to act like she was scared for her life, and she decided to call the police on me and call her manager. I was like, you know what? This is not a job for me to be at, because it wasn't just about her. There was another white female who was older than me, who was in a upper management position, and she was just as crazy as she was. She was acting funny with me. She looked over at me and she thought she was gonna cause me some crazy drama, and I was like, nah. I had to have a talk about her too. So here we are with another one, and this is when they start in retail. This is how they start labeling people. They wanted to make me look like I was the problem. because it seemed like it was always some issues with management. And it's like, I ain't got no issues with management. Management seemed to have issues with me. And that's because these were places I was not meant to be in. These were not the type of jobs that I was supposed to have because I am a leader. But because I wasn't thinking in a leader mindset at the time, I was just at these jobs and I was just being mistreated left and right. But because of everything I've been through, and because God comes through and He works His magic and Holy Spirit is activated in me, I can say right now proudly that I am a leader because I accept myself as I am. I'm healed from my past. I've let that stuff go. I've just said, Lord, take it from me. I had to go through my crying. I had to go through my wailing. I had to go through my anger. I had to go through it. I had to pray it out, speak it out, sing it out, dance it out, whatever I had to do. I got all that out my system. It's over. That is not part of my life anymore. I'm a healed person in that regard. Um, and I see myself in a much higher light now because God works through us when we're sleeping and when we're recharging. God is working through us. I look at myself and I see a leader. I see somebody who is okay with herself. I used to be afraid to call myself that. I used to be afraid of the word because I thought it meant that you had to be a certain way. No, I'm fine. I've always been a leader. I just had to believe in myself and know that I am. A leader doesn't have to be anything other than who they are. I don't have to pretend. I don't have to act like no one else. I can just be as I am because God says, be as you are. I made you as you are. I made you as you are. And you have to just accept yourself for who you are. I am that I am, says the Lord. And, so I'm okay with that. And also because I don't care what other people think in the way that I used to, meaning what people think about me doesn't matter. How I live my life does matter because I have been through so much that was stripping everything from me. It's like I'm fighting for what belongs to me. I don't have much of anything now. And that's a good thing because when you realize you don't have much, you realize the importance of what matters to you is. And my contributions to this world and my life matter to me. Um, it's not about the stuff that I have because the stuff that I have did not keep me from the things I went through. My growth in myself and connecting to God is what got me through it, not the things I had, because all those things were either destroyed, taken from me, violated, whatever, from the clothes and the accessories and what I keep myself clean with, what I eat, what I drink, everything has been violated. So and I'm alive. So that's my whole point. I'm alive. And that's because of God. So no, the material stuff can't be a factor anymore. It shouldn't even matter, and it doesn't. Not like it used to. It's not about that. My life matters to me. My purpose matters to me. It helped me to focus in on my purpose because everything was pulling me away from my purpose. Everything was trying to stop me, delay me, distract, and disrupt. And God said, no, you will focus on what I have given you to focus on. You're going to go through some things, but it's going to help you to be determined, motivated, and driven to do it. And that's exactly what happened because I went through so much, and because I was in a space that I could not get away from. It was forcing me to focus on that and to finally do what I've always wanted to do. I had everything I needed, and I'm in the environment to do it because God situates us where we are to accomplish the goals that He has set for us. I had everything I needed and everything I didn't need. So it's been very interesting. But that's all I'm going to say for now. I can hear her movements. Oh, my goodness. What time is it? It's 8:45. Ooh, I've been talking for a while. Yeah, I can hear her creaking now. It's a good time to end this. So, yeah. So I definitely see myself as a leader, and and I feel like, and I don't follow people. I follow my own path. I believe and trust in myself. I do as I want to do. I trust in what God has for me, and I listen to Him, and I do what makes me happy. So I'm a leader. I pray I'm inspiring people, motivating people, encouraging people, uh, uplifting people, supporting people, and encouraging everyone. You know, I feel like that's what leaders do. You know, I'm not living up to no one's expectations. That's not what I'm here to do, and that's not what God put me here to do. I'm here for the will of my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. I'm here for what He has called me here to do. And I'm sticking to that until the very end, which will never be, because I'm going straight to heaven. I am in the Lamb's Book of Life, because when this life is over, it's going to be like a party. I'm about to walk into the grandest party that ever existed. So it's joy upon joy. And I say glory to God for it. Amen. Hallelujah. So with that being said, I'm gonna go on now. I'm gonna turn off this this stove here and let this cool down. Put some oil in it and kind of wipe it around with my hands clean. And then I'm just going to let it heat up for 3 to 5 minutes, and then let it just set, that way, and then just keep on going. Alrighty. Yeah, that's it. Much love, everybody. Yeah, and my mind was going off somewhere. I was looking at my wooden spoon, like, when I'm not using it, I'm gonna put it in with my other utensils. It's since I have a canister that used to be panko breadcrumbs that I instead of throwing it away, I use it as a storage container to put my spoons and stuff to keep them out from being exposed and have a place for them. So that's it. All right. Much love, everyone. Thank you for joining me. Bye.